Welcome, students, to our first spring yoga session. Thank you for joining us today. To start us off, I would like everyone to lie down on their mats with their arms out to the side, palms facing upward, feet hanging out to the edges of our mats, and allow your body to just relax. We are in Shavasana. Now, it is important to note that throughout this practice, you are always welcome to go into Child's Pose or Shavasana whenever you feel like doing so. Here I want you to focus on your breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Deep, long breaths prepare our mind and prepare our bodies for this yoga practice. I want you to let your body sink into the floor and your mind relax, only focusing on the tempo of your breath. Now I want you to slowly bring your knees into your chest, and you're going to rock back and forth, rolling out your spine, and release any tension in your lower back. And now you're going to put your hands down on your mat, and you're going to roll your ankles both clockwise and counterclockwise just to loosen up this joint. And once you feel comfortable, you can lie back down on your mats, keeping your left leg out extended, and bring your right knee to your right shoulder. Here you're going to really focus on opening up the hip and stretching out your groin. And if you want to make it a little harder, you can extend your knee out closer to the edge of your mat just to feel that deeper stretch, and release back down. And we're going to switch sides, bringing our left knee up, keeping our right leg straight, and hold that stretch. And if you want to make it a little harder again, you can bring your left knee closer to the edge of your mat. Now with both feet on the ground, I want you to bring your knees in, and we're going to come up into a shoulder bridge with your knees bent. You're going to lift up, keeping your arms flat on the ground beside you with your palms facing downwards. And back up again, and slowly release. And we're going to keep repeating this. Really feeling that in your glutes and in your hamstrings. And if you want to make it a little more difficult, we're going to lift up our right leg and repeat this movement. But now it's making it a little harder as all the weight is now being bared in the one leg. And up one more time and back down. Perfect. Now we're going to switch to our left leg. And last one. Perfect, great job. Now we're going to really warm up our abdominal muscles. We're going to bring our hands to our temples, and we're going to crunch upwards and release. Really warming up these muscles. And if you want to make it a little more difficult, we're now going to lift our feet up off the ground, forming a 90-degree angle between your calf and your thigh. And we're going to repeat the same motion, just performing a crunch, but it's just a little more difficult on your abs. Just see how we're feeling here. See how our bodies are ready for this practice. And last one here. And we're going to release back down and come over into fetal position, and just have a moment here. You can come up when you're ready into the seated position, and then slowly bring ourselves into tabletop. Here we have our hands and knees flat on the ground and feet relaxed. We're going to spread our fingers and come into cow and into cat, again into cow, and again into cat. Just repeating these, really opening up that spine. Now back into tabletop position. We're going to lift our right hand forward with our thumb facing the sky, followed by our left leg lifting in the air, making sure we maintain a flat spine. We're going to switch to the opposite side, lifting our left hand out, followed by our right leg. Now we're going to do it at the same time, ensuring our core stays strong and our spine stays flat. Great job, everyone. And we're now going to bring ourselves back into child's pose, focusing on our breath, really stretching out our spine and our shoulders. Now we're going to come into a modified flow, beginning with the modified plank, down into crocodile, and up, and pushing back into puppy dog. With our foreheads on the ground and our tailbones high in the sky, and we're going to proceed again. Crocodile, back up, move into puppy dog, and then we're going to curl our toes under and come up into downward dog. Really stretching out those shoulders, see how our hamstrings are feeling today. And just begin to walk the dog. Really loosening up those legs, those hamstrings in particular. And just paddle your feet back and forth. And we're going to come and step between our hands and just slowly roll the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And finish in mountain pose.
For mountain pose, let's inhale the arms up to prayer. Exhale and swan dive forward, bending at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift to monkey, flat backs. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, grounding the arms on the mat. Let's come to a high plank. Exhale as we push back into downward dog, pointing the pelvis to the sky. We're going to come back to high plank. Exhale into chaturanga, lowering down, and then inhale to cobra. Now we're going to come back to downward dog, and we're going to lift the right leg up towards the sky. Sweep it through into a runner's lunge. Bringing the arms up on the knee and then all the way up. You can take a back bend here if it's in your practice today. And then let's lower the arms back down onto the mat. Stepping the right leg back into plank, let's walk the legs forward now to join the hands. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale back down to forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, bending at the knees. Exhale, bringing the body into chair pose. The weight should be in the heels here. Inhale, back up to prayer. Exhale, swan dive forward, bending at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift to monkey pose. Exhale, back down to forward fold. Hands come down, stepping back into a high plank. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, back to high plank. Exhale, coming down into chaturanga and cobra. Exhale, back into downward dog. Now we're going to lift the left leg up towards the sky and then bring it through into a runner's lunge. Strong arms as we bring them up, extending, energy traveling all the way through to the fingertips. Back bend here again if you would wish. Then let's lower the arms back down onto the mat. Stepping the left leg back, and then let's walk both our feet forward to join our hands. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale back down to forward fold. And then we'll inhale, reverse swan dive, exhale back to chair pose. One more time through both sides. Let's inhale to prayer. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale to high plank, exhale, downward facing dog. Back to high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up to cobra. Feel that extension and come back into downward dog. The right leg comes up again, runner's lunge, and then the arms follow as we bring them up. Now let's come back into our plank, bring the right leg back, and then let's walk the legs back up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, back to forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale into chair pose. Last time through, let's inhale to prayer. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat backs, exhale, forward fold. Now let's come into plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog, pelvis to the sky. Back to plank, into our chaturanga. Inhale and cobra. Exhale, back into downward dog. The left leg comes up now into a runner's lunge. The arms follow and extend up to the sky. Take your back bend here if it's in your practice today. And now let's bring the arms back down, ground them on the mat, and come into a high plank and walk feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale into chair pose. And to finish, let's inhale to prayer and exhale to release into mountain.
From mountain, we are going to inhale and swan dive forward, exhaling and forward fold. We're going to inhale to plank and exhale into downward dog. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg to the sky, and exhale, bring it to our right elbow. We're going to inhale that leg back up. Exhale, bring it to your left elbow across the body. Inhaling that leg back up one last time, and exhaling, bringing that right knee forward into a lunge. We're going to put our hands onto our knee, and we're going to come back up into warrior one. Maintaining our breath in this pose, you may choose to close your eyes to challenge yourself. Really think about relaxing the shoulders, lifting up and out of the pelvis. We're going to take an inhale and exhale into warrior two, making sure that our heels are in line with each other. You want to have our toe in front of your knee, not sinking into the front hip. We're going to exhale into a side angle forward, really thinking about lifting up and over. Then we're going to return to warrior two and go into our reverse warrior. Again, really thinking of lifting up, out of the body. Going back to warrior two, we're going to then turn our feet to the sides of our mat, and we're going to inhale into our moonflower and exhale, curve over in a moonflower. Inhaling up, exhaling down and over with a curve. Inhaling one last time, exhaling over, and then we're going to come back and return to warrior two. We're going to exhale, fan the arms over into a forward-facing lunge, and inhale, step the right foot back into plank, and exhale into downward dog. We're going to inhale, extend the left leg to the sky, exhale, bring it to the left elbow, bring that leg back up, exhale, bring it to the right elbow, and then we're going to inhale once more and come into a forward lunge with our left foot. We're going to bring our hands to our knees, and we're going to inhale up into warrior one. Again, remembering to breathe here and closing our eyes if we need to challenge ourselves. Really finding our balance here. Taking one last inhale and exhale into warrior two. Again, remembering to keep our heels in line, not leaning too forward into the front hip. And we're going to exhale into our side angle. And return to warrior two. And exhale into our reverse warrior. Again, remembering to lift up and out of the body. Returning to warrior two, we're going to then turn our toes to the sides of our mat, and we're going to inhale in our moonflower and exhale, curving over. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling over. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to return to warrior two. Exhale and fan the arms into a forward-facing lunge. Going to inhale, step the right foot back into plank. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale, walk the feet into the hands. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale to reverse swan dive, and exhale to mountain.
We are now simply going to hold mountain pose, feeling grounded in all four corners of your feet. Focus on your breath. Palms facing forward. Close your eyes if you wish, just focusing on this still, tranquil pose. We are now going to lift our hands to the sky, then sweep them down, putting right arm underneath of left arm, and making our hands touch by the palms. We are then going to sit back into chair and cross the right leg over top of the left leg. If possible, you can try and curl your foot underneath your left calf. If not, just rest the right leg where it's comfortable for you, and just focusing on breath. Slowly release, arms to the sky. Now it's time to keep left arm underneath of right, and once again bring the palms to touch. Crossing the left leg over to your right this time, sit back into your chair for your second eagle pose. A few more breaths here. Once again, slowly release. We are now going to once again reach mountain to feel grounded before we continue onto our next balance pose. We're now going to open up our right palm and bring it to the right inner side of our right foot. Then the left arm is going to reach up by our head, and we are going to tilt forward into dancer's pose. Focus on something in front of you and focus on your balance. Pushing that right leg against that right hand to open up the hip. And release. Once you feel grounded on your 2 feet again, you're going to shift your weight over to your right side and lift your left leg into your left hand, reaching that right arm to the sky, then tilt forward, reaching dancer's pose. Staying here and breathing. And slowly release. Reaching mountain one last time. You're now going to lift your right leg, open your right hip, and place your right foot anywhere on the left leg, whether it be your calf or your thigh, as long as it is not resting on your knee. You may then raise your arms up to the sky, open them like a tree, or bring them to heart center, whatever is comfortable for you today. Focusing once again on your breathing. Release the arms and release the foot. Shifting our weight now onto our right side, lifting the left leg, opening the left hip, and placing the left foot on the right leg. Noticing that the left side and the right side may not be identical, and that's all right. Lifting those arms to wherever you please, and breathing. Releasing this final pose, sweeping the arms to the sky into prayer, and bringing the arms into heart center.
Okay, now we're going to start our cool down. We're going to lift our arms up and swan dive down into forward fold. We're going to step our legs back out into downward dog. And from here we're going to extend our right leg to the sky, and we're going to bring it forward into a pigeon stretch with our right leg in front, and try to, if you can, keep your front leg parallel to your mat. You can go down on your elbows for more of a stretch if you'd like. Really thinking about stretching out your hip flexors and your rotators. And just hold this here. And then we're going to take that right leg back up, extend it out, stretch it out, and bring it back into downward dog. And then you're going to extend your left leg now up to the sky, and you're going to bring that forward into a pigeon stretch, now bringing the front of your leg in line with your mat. And if you'd like more of a stretch, you can go down onto your elbows. Again, thinking about your hip flexors and your external rotators here. And then to come out of this stretch again, we're going to extend our left leg up, and then we're going to bring it back into downward dog and come forward into plank.
And now we're going to drop our knees and bring it back into child's pose, stretching out our back and our shoulders, maybe our hips. And then we're going to take both arms and bring them to the right side of our mats, really stretching out our lats and our back. Really feel this stretch. If you want to make it a little harder, you can move your hands a little farther on that side of your mat. And bring it back to center. And then we're going to bring both arms to the left side of our mats. And just hold this stretch. Big inhale, big exhale. And bring it back into the center and back into child's pose. Now we're going to sweep our right hand under and look towards the left. We're going to feel this in our shoulders, maybe even our triceps. And bring that arm back into the center and sweep your left arm under and look to your right. And bring both arms back into the center into child's.
Okay, and now we're going to come back and sit onto our bums, come into a butterfly positions with our legs, and hold the ankles and bend at the knees, bringing our head closer to our mat. Feeling a stretch in the lower back and in the groin muscles, and just breathing deeply here in this position, really feeling that stretch. Keep breathing. Now we're going to roll back up, and let's roll back down onto our backs now.
So now we're going to take our right leg in the air, bend it at 45, and just put it over to the left side of our mat, keeping both shoulders on the ground. And for more of a stretch, you're going to look over your right shoulder. We're going to bring that leg back up, put it back onto our mat, and then lift the left leg up to 45, and bring that over to the other side of our mat. And for a deeper stretch, again, we'll look over our left shoulder this time, just feeling the stretch in the hips, the lower back, feeling a nice final body twist. Releasing that and coming just flat on our back for our last final Shavasana. So we're gonna lay here, focus on our breath, releasing any last tension that might be in the body, reflecting on our practice today and thanking ourselves for making the time to complete this practice.
Yeah. Why don't we record like I said?
Yeah, I just
like Namaste.
Namaste.